Hello, and welcome to our series on digital publication and research workflows. In this video, we're going to discuss some uses of Zotero, specifically citation keys and tags, which should help you organize and really get a handle on your research and data environment. So, Zotero is really more than just about creating citations. It's really a document viewer and allows you to do a number of bibliographic management tasks. This allows you to create, say, tags for items. Much like hashtags in social media, this allows you to say something like, oh, this particular paper is about networks. So is this one. And so then you can search by these tags. We'll get into that in a minute. Zotero allows you to make these stable citation keys, identifiers for your work and your sources, so that you can use those across, again, different platforms and different programs. It also allows you to create collections and groups so you can organize your materials, and allows you to back your stuff up online. So if you have not created a Zotero account, I really recommend that you go to zotero.org, create an account, and then go back to your desktop application and log in. It'll update all of your information automatically for free, and you can access it anywhere that you want. Now, let's start off with the idea of tags. Tags are how you conceptually navigate your collection. So examples, I might have a tag on network theory, medieval history, data ethics, perhaps on workshops. And that's how I want, basically, however I'm thinking about my research project is a tag that I want to add to my files and my sources so I can access them easier, so I can find them. So how do we do that? Well, these are, again, conceptual navigation. So what we're going to do is we're going to add tags to one of our items here. And you'll see the red circle on the right-hand side by the thing that looks like a tag. If you click on that, it'll tell you whatever tags are in your actual item. And if you want to add a new tag, you'll see the plus that comes up. Just click the plus, type in whatever tag you want, and voila, you'll add that tag. Add as many as you want, add whatever iterations of them you want, whatever patterns you want. This is really how, again, how you are almost hashtagging your work, how you want to look at it, how you want to sort it. So that's a basic tag, but there's a little more to it. We can assign colors and numerical keys that really assist us with browsing. So I added the workshop tag. If I go to the lower left corner, you'll see a pop-up window. And on it, it says assign color, rename tag, split, delete tag. You get that by right-clicking on one of your tags. And then let's click on assign color. A new window will pop up, and you'll have a color palette, and you'll see that up to 9 tags in a library that you can actually add something called a position to. So go ahead, pick a color for whatever tag you want, pick a position. And what that is whenever you now highlight an item, so if I was to go back here and click on another item and press, like, say, the 1 key, whatever tag I've assigned to position 1 will add to that automatically. What that helps you with is, again, organizing and saying quickly, oh, I have tags down there for need to read, critical read, must read. I can click on all of those and automatically add them without going through the tagging interface. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're in order. They're in color. I can easily identify them. Now, how do you search them? Well, look at the red circle here in the lower left-hand corner. You'll see that you can just simply clicking on a tag will filter to just that tag, or you can say the bottom on filter tags and add multiple tags to get multiple results at once. And so these really allow you, again, to effectively search your collection of bibliographic material and potentially even notes for things that you've tagged. Now, tags are different than citation keys. Citation keys are unique identifiers. Think of them as structural identity for your works. And you'll see these circled in red here. Now, we already discussed setting up your preferred style in an earlier video, but just know that each one of these citation keys is stable and unique. But this will always be called this citation key, and it will always appear as such. What they allow you to do is, again, quickly identify an entry in a way that's not formatted for a particular style. So I know if I'm creating, say, a document called Carter 2013, it will refer to this particular this particular source because that is the citation key. These are, again, extremely useful for making notes, for citing documents, and for actually naming your files themselves. So what I like to do is I like to say if I have this as a PDF, I save it as Enoch 2013.pdf instead of whatever identifier number is coming from my source. That way, in my system, it's organized and I know exactly how to find it every single time. So really the difference here is that, remember, tags, they're flexible, they're thematic, they're human. These are things that you're creating on the fly. These are multiple tags for the same item. You can delete them, you can change them. While citation keys are fixed, they're structural. They're for referencing machines. And why does this matter? Tags really help you to think and organize, while the citation keys help you build the pipeline and the system to actually make everything work. So these are two really important concepts. And as you can see, they're pretty quick, they're pretty easy to create. And the citation keys themselves are automatically generated by Zotero. The tags are things that you create to help sort your thought process. And both of those are essential parts of our publication and research workflow. So thank you again for your time, and we hope to see you in another video.